Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters. It is a pleasure to be standing here in front of you this evening and talk to you in more detail about the plan to create a project for delivering a speechcraft to an outside organization. For those of you who don't know, Speechcraft is a program that basically runs through the first couple of projects that we all did at our level 1 of our pathways. So the pathways level 1 handles with or deals with your icebreaker, like we saw Kamogelo do this evening. It deals with how do you structure your speech, how do you choose a topic, and how do you prepare and deliver that speech. Speechcraft runs through that over a 6 weeks period. In some cases, it can be condensed into 4 weeks, but then you're really going hard at delivering those topics and you need to spend a couple of hours per week on doing that, or you can do it over a span of 8 weeks. During the preparation and planning for this, I consulted with a lot of different people and role players and attended training with Felicia and me, attending training on how Speechcraft works, how do you develop a plan, and how do you deliver that into an organization. Earlier this year, as far back as April, if I can remember correctly, the PIC approached us with the interest of getting a Speechcraft presented to them. So the PIC is the Public Investment Corporation, and they started speaking to us in April, saying they are interested in doing a Speechcraft program. The Public Investment Corporation is a government agency or a government entity, so you would imagine that their procurement process would be quite an arduous process. It took us from April to May to June to July to August. August. And then it took us to September. And during this whole time, we were communicating about how do we move forward? What do they need? What are their wants? What are they trying to achieve? And how do we get them to actually place an order with Toastmasters? So as you can imagine, there's been a lot of emails, a lot of conversations, a lot of WhatsApp messages between myself and the Public Investment Corporation, specifically Lefuno at the Public Investment Corporation. During this whole process, we submitted numerous proposals as to how it would work and editing, and basically all of that conversation was, oh no, this detail in your proposal is not correct, or this detail in your proposal is not correct. And we had some discussions about what their needs and wants are, and we also spoke about when do they want to do it. The idea was to already implement it in June. But the Public Investment Corporation being the Public Investment Corporation, or rather the government agencies being the government agencies, it went on to procurement and finances, and it sat at someone's desk, and it sat at someone's desk, and finally at the end of September, we received an order from the Public Investment Corporation. That gave us the opportunity to actually present to them. The way we are planning to present, like I said, it is basically covering 6 sessions, and those 6 sessions cover the basics that we all at Toastmasters cover during our level 1 and completing our level 1. But the standard program for a Speechcraft runs over 8 weeks. We found that 8 weeks is too long for an outside organization to stay focused on completing their projects. And 4 weeks is really too much. That means they need to invest too much time in a week to be able to prepare their speeches and get that done. So each of the Speechcrafters, who are the people that will be taking part or being participants in the Speechcraft program, as we refer to ourselves as Toastmasters, they refer to themselves as Speechcrafters. So week 1 will be an intro into what they will be doing, and giving them an educational about the icebreaker. In session 2, they will deliver an icebreaker and get evaluated on that, and they will get an educational about your next speech. In that, they will concentrate on the structure of a speech, the topic of the speech, and how to prepare and deliver that speech. Then, in session 3, they will implement that feedback that they get, as well as get another educational about vocal variety, vocal variety and body language. Then in the next session they will implement what they learned here, and then they will get another educational about what was it? I can't remember right now, but there's another educational there then, and then they will deliver feedback. So in this session they will learn about feedback and implement that at the next session, and at the last session they will learn about how to use powerful language and implement that into their speeches. The advantage that speech crafters have after they finish this whole process is if they decide to join Toastmasters, they get credit for level 1. So they step into a Toastmasters membership already at level 2, starting level 2. The club doesn't get credit for that, for the level 1 that they've completed, because they've already completed outside of Toastmasters, but from level 2 onwards, the club will get credit for the levels that they do complete. Obviously, as you can imagine, there are a lot of factors, role players, timers, evaluators, guest speakers, demo evaluators, because they need to see Toastmasters demonstrating that to them. And that will happen over the next 6 weeks, like I mentioned earlier, and we hope to complete by the 20th of November. This is the plan. At my next speech, at a future opportunity, I will give feedback about how we implemented the plan and how we were able to complete the Speechcraft program. Thank you for listening to the plan. I will report back to you.